here. Today I'm bringing you a full start to finish makeup routine using all Maybelline products, so let's get started. So I'm starting off with just freshly washed skin. I literally don't have anything on my skin except for like a little bit of coconut oil. So first I'm going to be starting off with foundation. I usually use the Maybelline Matte Poreless Fit Me Foundation in the color 322 or 330 depending on how my skin is, but today I actually wanted to use one of my favorites. These were one of the very first foundations that I actually used when I started wearing makeup. This is the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse, and so I wanted to just kind of go back into this and see how I felt about it. Now I am a little tan, so we'll see. This is in the color 120 Caramel, so I'm just going to put this on the back of my hand. So I have about 4 squirts there, very small pumps. And as you can see, it is a little bit darker than my skin tone. So I'm actually going to mix this with the 322 Matte Poreless. And then they actually came out with the Beauty Blender, so I did go ahead and dampen this. It has a lot more grooves and curves to it, which I think is perfect for like right under the eye, but you'll see what it looks like. So I'm just going to mix the two products on the back of my hand. Perfect. And as you can see, the foundation is actually really flawless. It still leaves a nice little glow for you girls that may be a little bit drier than usual, but definitely is going to be a foundation that will last you for majority of the day. Alright, so usually I'll go ahead and just use this time to highlight and contour, but I didn't do my brows, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I have the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow, and this one is in like a color brown, so it's deep brown, 260. I'm just going to use this product. Now it does have a little brush here, but as you guys can see, I don't have very much brush here, so I'm actually going to use the product as I would my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, which y'all know I love. So I'm just going to use that on the back of my hand and literally take an angled brush and fill in my brows. So this is what this looks like. The product is really, really creamy. It's not as thick as the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, but will definitely do the job. Alright guys, so to go ahead and contour and highlight, I'm going to be using the Fit Me concealers. These are very similar to like the NARS ones, just way more affordable. I believe they're like $8 a piece, whereas the NARS are like $20 a piece, a ridiculous price, but whatever. So yeah, I'm going to be using the color 30, 25, and 60. So I'll be using 60, which is like a deep contour shade to literally carve out my cheeks and kind of, I use my contour as like a bronzer also. So I'm just literally going to take that in the corners of my face, or the inner cheekbone area. Just a teeny tiny bit will go a long way, and then just a little bit right above my forehead. And then I'm literally going to go ahead and go underneath my eyes. And just to really brighten up my highlight, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This one is in the color Medium. And it's really, really light. It has this cool little screw top, so you can use as little or as much as you need. And I'm just putting that on the inner portions of where I applied the concealer, just to really brighten it up. And I also like to utilize this time just to go ahead and highlight my eyebrows as well. Alright guys, so once I pretty much have everything in the areas that I want to highlight and contour, I will go ahead and use a setting spray. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Fix Studio to pretty much just set everything and kind of really warm the product up on my skin to make it a lot easier to blend out. Alright, and so I always start by blending out my concealer just because I'm able to pretty much use the contour areas to kind of clean everything up as well if I've gone too crazy with the highlight. And this brush literally sits like in the perfect area of your face, so I don't know if this would work for like all face types, but I would imagine because it has that little curve to it, and you can use the little back of it or the booty of the Beauty Blender to just blur out the edges. Oh wow, you can even get in this area that like normally the Beauty Blender would kind of spread everything. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and blend out my concealer around my eyebrows. Alright, and then I'll just be using a nice kind of loose powder brush to actually blend out my contour areas. It's more like a stippling brush actually. I think this is a Luxie brush. And I'm just kind of going in small circular motions. Bring that into the hairline just to really be able to blend the colors out properly. Alright guys, so once you pretty much have your highlight and contour blended out, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you set this. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Loose Powder. I have to link the exact name of it down below. I've had it for like ever, and like, yeah, all that is completely erased. But anyway, I'm just going to use that powder to set these areas. And then if you really want to go for that super duper highlight and contour, like cut crease look, you definitely want to make sure that you go along the bottom of your contour just to really pop that out. Show off those cheekbones, girl. Alright, for shadow, I'm going to be using the Total Temptation palette here. As you can see, they have like a night shade to me, and then just something a little bit more neutral, which is totally going to be up my alley. So I'm literally only going to be using 3 shades from this palette. I'll be using this very kind of bronzy brown mauve shade in the crease area, and then I'll be using this highlight in combination with this just to go all over the lid. And then just to kind of blend everything out, I'll be using this second tone here. So I'm going to be starting off with this shade, just to literally go all over the lid, just to kind of use this as my transition shade for any other color that I'll be using today. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do is use a little bit of concealer. I'm going to be using the color 30, which is Cafe, just to kind of go over my lid a little bit so that this next eyeshadow that I'm going to use can actually pop just a little bit more. Alright, so once that color has dried on my lid, I'm going to go ahead and take this very nice kind of like champagne color on my eye in combination with this kind of purplish champagne color, just to kind of really pick me up and give me a nice little lift. Just to go ahead and deepen up this crease area, I'm going to be using this shade here with a very it's a small blending brush. It's a little bit smaller than the one that I had previously been using, so just to be able to really get into my inner corner or crease area. I'm going to go ahead and use the Total Temptation Lash Mascara, and this is of course by Maybelline, and I think this was fairly new. This is my first time actually seeing this packaging, and I just picked it up because I like the color. So I'm just lightly going to go through my lashes. Alright, and if you are the girl that has like naturally long lashes, you can totally just stop here. But of course, me, I have short lashes, so I'm definitely just going to pop some on really quick and I'll be back. The ones that I'm using are by e.l.f. and I believe I got these for like $1 inside of the drugstore. Alright babes, all done with the eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and just pretty much remove all the translucent powder that's been sitting. Good thing about this powder is no matter how long I've ever left this on, my skin has not got completely dry. However, I do have oily skin, so if that has anything to do with it, then oily skin people, this will definitely work out for you. If you have drier skin, I definitely recommend waiting until after you do your eyes to go ahead and set your face, just so that you're not super dried out. And I'm going to be taking the pressed powder, so this is in the color 310, this is a Fit Me one, just to go ahead and blend away all the areas that I set. And if you notice there's a harsh line like here, you can definitely just go in a circular motion and kind of blend it upward to get rid of that harsh line, if there is one. And then I like to just take a big fluffy brush and literally take that same powder to go all over my face. This is the real test to know if your colors did not move and if you truly set your face properly, because once you apply this, nothing pretty much should be moved. This is just to prevent flashback. The biggest thing with flashback is people only put the powders in the areas that they think they've highlighted. You want to make sure that you pretty much set your entire face. That way, if anything, it's your entire face that's going to glow as opposed to just those highlighted areas and it looks a little awkward. So that's the trick. Alright, last little bit here. We're going to go ahead and take the Fit Me bronzing shade. This is actually, it's just a Fit Me poreless foundation that's pressed, but this is in 360 Mocha. And I'm going to take this just to deepen the cheeks a little bit more. This is completely optional. Y'all, I really like a contoured and bronzed face. Like, really like that. Alright guys, so for blush, I'm going to go ahead and take the Fit Me blush color in the color blush. And it's actually like the same color as my dress and my backdrop. So, and I'm just going to take this lightly over the cheeks. Alright, and just to keep this look really nude and kind of rosy, I'm definitely going to go ahead and take this Maybelline, this is Color Sensational Lip Liner in Rich Chocolate. Just to kind of deepen up my lips. Now I have some coconut oil on my lips. Now I usually will go ahead and take like a highlight shade, which I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Chrome shade. Y'all, this has been my favorite drugstore highlight forever. And so it's kind of this like gold, rose gold type of shade. It just looks really nice on my skin tone. I'm going to take a little bit of that on my Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to take the Maybelline Super Stay. These are the matte ink lip glosses or lipsticks. This is in the color Fighter, number 75. This is more of a chestnut, kind of like brown. And I'm only using a little bit of that because I'm going to brighten it back up with the color. It's a Vivid Hot Liqueur, so this is of course by Maybelline. This is in the color Unreal. This is more of a nude shade, so as you can see, this gave me a really nice like pop of color for the springtime, summer, whatever. But I'm going to use this in the center of my lips. It's a nice like kind of gloss shade, so really appreciate that. And I just put that same translucent shade right underneath my like waterline just to kind of give me a little bit more color there. And if you are not a girl that likes bottom mascara, I totally get it, but I love bottom mascara, so I'm going to be using it now. Alright babe, so just to go ahead and finish off the look, I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite highlighter, as I just stated before, to really just kind of brighten up my face and give me that glow. If you want to stop here, you definitely can. As you can see, it's a fresh glow already, but I just want to kind of take it up a notch. Alright babes, so that's pretty much the final look. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you thumbs up and turn on your post notifications if you have not already. Make sure that you are subscribed. I love you guys so much. Stay pretty, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.